Hello, welcome to the plot Malaysia. This is our 13th episode. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
Oh my, what a weekend. Hurry, both of us are finally sitting down on this show where both of our teams won. It's been fun. How do you feel, Hurry? How do you feel?
I'm over the moon, Ram. It's finally, it's been. We won 3 games in a row, which is shocking for Liverpool this season. 3 in a row, wow. And yeah, it's a
Yep.
good weekend, man. I was hoping that United lost, but actually, in a way, it's good United won because you knocked off our top four rival as well. So, I think win-win situation for us this
Mm,
weekend, man.
I guess, it's going to be a happening one. Hopefully, everything goes even better in the coming weeks ahead. So, hurry, tell us what's happening today.
Bro, we're going to do a bit of a Premier League review. So we're focusing on the Premiership review today. We're going to cover the weekend's fixtures, obviously
Mm-hmm.
highlight and talk about some of the key fixtures this weekend, how they went, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then discuss some really interesting points about those games. Actually, there's a lot of
Yeah,
controversy in
do have
this
something.
weekend's games,
Yep,
and there was some really
yep,
really good goals scored as well. So I think we want to talk about this weekend's fixtures, discuss it in more detail, and yeah, get our viewers' comments on it as well. So that's what we're going to focus
yep.
on, right?
Awesome,
I think I
awesome,
think I think
awesome.
let's start, Ram, by you telling us what were the results the weekend. Let's just go through the list of results for this weekend.
Okay, we have the results of the Premier League on the weekend, starting with Fulham and Wolves. Wolves 1-0. Okay, Man
Adama
City
Traore.
lost the
Yep.
lead. Oh, yeah, man. Man City lost the leads 2-1 at home. I'm over the moon on this one. And of course, Harry, you are a very happy man. Liverpool winning 2-1 against Aston Villa. Revenge, huh? Revenge.
Yeah, nothing like a stoppage
Oh,
time
what?
winner.
Yeah, what a goal by Trent Alexander-Arnold there. Crystal Palace losing out to Chelsea 4-1 at home. That's a American double, by Christian Pulisic.
Yep.
Of course, you've got Burnley losing out to Newcastle United 2-1. West Ham United pull off a surprise, and they were leading 3-0, but they still beat Leicester City 3-2.
All I've got to say is our
Well,
dear friend Raja is probably over the moon, man.
Raja Rao, this shower is for you, man. It's for you. It's for you.
Yep,
I can
yep,
see
yep.
you smiling already.
Yeah, he's carrying hammers
Okay.
all around his house now.
Yeah. He needs to hammer some nails into the walls, I guess. Okay, and of course, the big one, United coming back from behind to win against Spurs 3-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Revenge, yeah, GGMU, yeah. And of course, the final game of the weekend, Arsenal pulling off a very simple win over Sheffield United 3-0. So there you have it. It's the results of the weekend of the Premier League. How do you feel about it, Harry? What do you
Actually,
think?
there was some really interesting results in that, man.
Yeah.
There was some shocks. Obviously, Man City losing the leads, 10-man leads as
Yep.
well. And then,
Oh
of
yeah.
course, there was, I think, another shocker this weekend was, in my opinion, although it was a close game, it was quite evenly matched, you say, going into the game. But I thought West Ham beating Leicester was big because they were 3-0 up at one point
Yeah.
as well.
3-0
So I
up
thought,
with, yeah.
so I think that was a
Easy.
crucial game. The other two crucial games I would say were probably Wolves versus Fulham, because Fulham are fighting to stay in the league, and they
Mm.
lost. And on the other side, Newcastle, who are competing with Fulham to stay in the league, won away from home
Yep.
against Burnley. So that was a proper 6-pointer there, I think, in favor
Yep.
of Newcastle. So those were some of the key ones I think wanted to highlight this weekend. But I think there's no bigger place to start this weekend's
Yep.
detailed discussion of fixtures than the big one, which happened last night, which kept us awake till late. Spurs against the team I don't quite fancy, Manchester United. So yeah, that was the big game this weekend, and yeah,
Yes.
it was 3-1 to United over the weekend. So Ram, how are you feeling, man? How did they pull it off?
Oh, honestly speaking, when Spurs scored that goal, I thought that's it. I thought, we might not be able to see it, but we came back. And as usual, we have to go down by a goal to actually come back. But as you know, there are a few controversies that happened in the game. But hey, who cares? We won at the end of the day.
Let me ask you about that first, man, because that, to me,
Yeah.
even as a Liverpool fan, that shocked me, right? So I think
Yeah.
everyone knows I'm not
Mhm.
a big fan of VAR, and I'm sure
Neither am I. Neither am I.
in one or two
Yeah.
coming episodes we're going to be talking about VAR, guys, in a lot more
We
detail.
have to.
But yeah,
Yes.
it's I'm not a big fan of VR at all. And
Mhm.
even as a Liverpool fan, although it made me happy, but it was such a weird decision, man. Son Heung-min, obviously not his fault. He got a finger in
Mhm.
the eye, so not his fault. But to scrap a
Yeah.
goal off because of something like that, I thought was really weird. What were your thoughts about it, man? Were you also bewildered by that decision?
I was. I mean, Gary Neville, he was commentating alongside Martin Tyler in that game, and he said that was a very natural instinct. Like, it was just a movement, a natural movement by Scott McTominay. And okay, it hit his face, but it wasn't a foul, and it should have been fair play. There was no offside. Everything went well, and the goal should have stood. And to be honest, VAR actually consulted the referee, and in the end, the referee was the one who decided against it. So, well, that
Yeah, I mean,
was that was just a bit wasted, to be honest.
yeah, to be honest, I would love to go into a lot more detail on this, but I will save this for
Yeah.
another. I will save this for another show where we'll talk
Yep.
about it. But yeah, like I said, I was shocked. I'm not even a big fan of the referees going up to the screen because I feel they go on
Yeah.
there with a lot of pressure. Like they have to side with
Mm-mm.
the video assistant referee, so I'm not a big fan of it at all, like. But yeah,
Yep.
on the flip
Yep.
side, man, before we talk about the brilliance of Manchester United yesterday in getting a comeback victory again,
Mm.
what about Mourinho, man? Is it? I mean, Spurs are a tough watch now. They're a boring team to watch. They don't get results as
Yep.
well. So Mourinho has
Mm.
always been a defensive manager, but now he's not even getting results, and they're
It's not.
losing games. I mean, do you think his career is over as a top flight manager? Where does he go from here?
At one point he was, named the special one,
Yeah,
in the Premier League, as you can see, during his time in Chelsea, United, whatever not. But I think, Harry, that's a very good question because I do feel that in the Premier League, nah, I think Mourinho has lost his place in the Premier League. I think, it's time for him to look elsewhere. Go to other leagues. I'm thinking maybe if I could just put my finger on it, I think he'll be good in the French League One, something new for him to discover. But I think, yes, he has lost his place in the Premier League. I don't see him as a great manager like he was anymore. So, yeah, that's
yeah. I
my
mean,
opinion.
I agree with that, man. Because just looking at
Mm,
it now, right, who will hire him? He's failed at United, failed at Spurs now,
mm,
failed at Madrid towards the
mm.
end. That was a bust up. Failed at Chelsea in his second stint as well. There was a bust up in the dressing room again. So I don't think
Yeah,
a top flight
yeah.
club now will take a risk on him.
No,
So
no.
if he, I mean, I think as a top flight manager, his career is over. He'll probably end up in maybe a mid-table club moving forward. That's my opinion anyway. Or he goes to the Portuguese league, or he takes up the national job, maybe Portugal. That could happen.
Yeah,
But I don't see
yeah,
anywhere else for him, Let's
yep,
talk about
yep.
United now,
I
man.
agree.
Let's make you happy. Let's talk about United, man. What are your thoughts in the
Bring
game?
it on.
Who were the key players in the game, and what resulted in that second half comeback?
To be very honest with you, Harry, I'm just gonna say this, right. In the first half, I was frustrated with Fred. He was giving the ball away. He wasn't really controlling the midfield as he normally does. But in the second half, he surprised me, and he actually picked the right pockets. He made good passes into, of course, where the goal was created, and he scored a goal. He stood out for me in the end, definitely. Of course, Cavani, you can't go wrong with him. He was Gary Neville's man of the match yesterday. So yeah, I think those are the players that stood out for me. Bruno, not really. He didn't do much for me, and I think yeah, I'll just stick to those two. Those
What
two are the
a-
players that stood out for
what
me.
about Pogba, man? Pogba seemed to have a big more influence in the second half. I think first half he was very anonymous, just like most of the team,
Yep,
but he kind of stood out in the
yep.
second half. Was there a change in position that United made, maybe bring him more central, or what do you think was the difference in the second half with Pogba?
I think you're right, Harry. Pogba is definitely one of the guys that definitely did play very, very well in the second half as well. Because in the first half, he started off on the left,
Yep,
which was rather unique, or I would say unusual for
yep,
his position.
yep.
But when he brought him back into the middle, then you saw that attacking flair was there. You saw him taking on players, and you saw him actually create. And he created an assist for the Greenwood's goal. So yeah, I think, Harry, I'm going to change that. I'm going to say yes. Pogba is also one of the guys that stood out. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I forgot to mention his
No,
name,
no,
but
no.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
stood
one.
out. I think. I mean, me just watching I won't say neutral line because I hate United line, so it's not really neutral, but partial neutral. I was quite impressed with him, of course, but I think the player that stood out for me as well was Cavani. I think he's
Yeah.
such a good finisher, man. He makes some beautiful
Yeah,
runs.
man.
Even the goal that he was chalked off with, the run he made was brilliant. The header he scored was brilliant. He was involved in the
Yep.
Fred's goal as well. I thought he really stood out, man, as a top player. Where does he go from here, man? So I think Cavani is actually a sensational striker for you guys. There are rumors that he may want to go back to South America and
South
play
America.
to get closer to his family now. So you're not sure if he's going to stay on next season. If he doesn't stay on, man, who replaces him for you?
That's a tough one, man. I mean, of course, I would always relish getting a striker like Erling Haaland, to
Yep.
come to United. That
Yep.
would be a good replacement.
Yep.
But you see, Harry, picking the point on Cavani, you said earlier, right? Where does he
Yeah.
go from here? I mean, for me, it's very simple. Okay, if he get more match games, more match times, he scores more goals, he's motivated, I think he would stay. But if they do not play him as much, he's not getting that game time, then I think, as a football fan, I think it's better for him to leave. So yeah, that's what I think.
I'm surprised he doesn't get enough game time, man. To me, he's a better all-round striker than Rashford and definitely Martial. I think Martial is, oh my God, man. I don't think he's got a good attitude playing for United. So he turns up when he wants to turn up. So yeah, a bit of a shocker, but I mean, great result, man. Great result for you guys. You're smiling, I see. So yeah, good. And there was no other place for us to start than that result,
Well, thank you very much, Harry, for starting off with that, because that was a big game. That was a big game. But moving on, Harry, I'm sure you are also a very, very happy man. Liverpool, doing really, 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 really well. It took revenge, scored a late goal and stuff. So tell me honestly first, how are you feeling about the game? I just want to know, how are you feeling?
Awesome, man. We didn't play our best football. We haven't been playing our best football at home. As you know, we've lost like 6, and we lost 6 on the bounce before this. So I think there was a lot of doubt in the players' minds. And then to go down by 1 goal as well, even though we were dominating the game, creating chances, and then you concede a goal like that. So again, I think I can imagine the players' mind, there was more doubts coming in. Not again. It's happening again.
Yeah.
But to see them come out in the second half, show spirit, get a goal quite early on, and then push right till the end was heartening. Even though it was not the best performance, it was a much needed result. We broke the curse of losing at home, and I think it gives us at least it gives us a little bit of confidence going into the second leg against Real Madrid. So yeah, fairly happy, man.
I knew you were going to bring up that second leg Real Madrid after that tie. I just knew it was just somewhere on your mind. Yeah. I guess it's good for you. Good job. Well done to Liverpool. But hey, I have a few questions I want to ask you. Because just like United, as there was a controversy on VAR, I was going to ask you the same question as well. Roberto Firmino's supposed goal ruled out by VAR. Tell me, what do you think, man?
I'm not going to say anything. What do you think, man, Ram? You watched it as a neutral, right? What do you think? What do you think about that decision, man? That was such a joke of a decision, dude. And it's been happening not just to Liverpool; it's happening to all the teams in the league. I hate it.
Yeah.
You're taking a mark off someone's sleeve and armpit and all that.
Yeah.
Get rid of that bullshit. Get rid of that bullshit. We grew up watching football in the 90s, early 2000s. We loved the game. Bring back the game we love, man. I hate this game.
Exactly. I mean, Harry, you see, I'm a very hairy guy. If I'm playing football, they're going to measure through my hand hair just to see whether I'm offside. That's going to be ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
That's the point. But
it's
yes, in my opinion,
right? It doesn't make any...
it's ridiculous. And in my opinion, right, it was a goal. The goal should have stood. As a football neutral, I think the goal should have stood.
The thing I hate about VAR, and it's not just, I mean, these offsides are a joke, right? Number one. The thing I hate about VAR is it's taken the emotion out of the game. I mean, we just spoke about a last-minute winner for Liverpool by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And you know what I did? All right. Normally, a last-minute winner, if you're watching a game, your favorite team is playing, your team is playing, last-second winner like that, what you do is you'd run around, you'd celebrate, you'd jump for joy. I just sat down and just looked at my screen and waited for them to do all their VAR checks just to be 100% sure, and then I celebrated. And I can't even, at that point in time, you don't even celebrate, you're just relieved. So I think it's made a mockery of the whole game, and it's not what I like. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about it in more detail, but I'm a bit pissed off, so that's why I bring it up. Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave that for a later discussion in the future about VAR. So, Harry, moving on, what about Liverpool's top 4 chances right now? Because they seem to have done it after they beat Villa just for a while, and Chelsea took that spot away from them. But tell us, how do you think they fare on that?
I think they have a chance now. So, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were out of the running. They've put 3 wins together. I think they're back in with a chance now. I genuinely think they're back in with a chance. We're only 3 points behind West Ham.
Mhm.
Obviously, West Ham in good form, but they've got some injuries now. I think Declan Rice is
Mm.
out. Mikael Antonio is out. So I feel they will lose one or two games along the way. Liverpool's
Mhm.
fixtures are kind, although we seem to lose against the smaller teams, but it's kind. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think we're in with a shout. At least we're in with a chance, and I think we'll take it right till the very end.
Mhm.
My prediction is basically I think Chelsea and Liverpool will both qualify for the Champions League, and I think West Ham will drop out. I think Leicester will drop out as well. That's my prediction. I think we'll make it, but I'm just it's I mean, at least we're in with a chance. So yeah,
Go for it. Go for it. I think Raja and me will agree that West Ham will take the fourth spot. So yeah, I don't think Liverpool is going to go for
we'll see.
that. Okay, but anyway, yes, I have one more question for you, Harry,
Yep,
in
yep,
regards to that. I think this is one topic all Liverpool fans, or one question that all Liverpool fans have, and it's about Trent Alexander-Arnold.
yep.
He scored the last minute winner, but he doesn't seem to favor. I mean, Gareth Southgate doesn't seem to favor him in the England squad. So, what do you think? Should he start for England? Should he now be, the prime right back for England? Don't you think after that game?
I mean, listen, Gareth Southgate is his own man, but if you ask me, Trent
Mm-hmm.
Alexander-Arnold
Mm-hmm.
should make the England squad for the Euros. Whether he starts or not is up to Southgate. He may be facing a team like Croatia. I think he's facing Croatia in the first game. He may want to go a bit more defensive, so he may go with
Mm.
maybe a Kyle Walker or a Reece James
Yeah.
for a bit more defensive
Yeah.
solidarity. But if you're playing a
Mm.
smaller team, even if you're playing a bigger team and you want a
Yeah.
match winner, Trent
Yeah.
Alexander-Arnold is a match winner. All right.
Okay.
I think the
Mm-hmm.
problem with England all the while has been focusing on their weakness. They try to say, "Oh, what's going to happen if
Yeah.
we lose the ball?" Why not go on and say, "Listen, we're going to attack the team and we're going to win the game." Trent
Yep.
is a
Yep.
generational talent. I've never seen a
Yep.
right back play like him in terms of cross field passes, crosses into the box, dead ball situations,
Yep.
and he's a proper
Yep.
match winner. So if you go into a
He is.
one-off game like in the World Cup,
Mm.
which team doesn't take their match winners? And he is a proper match winner. The other thing I look at is someone who can. If you're Harry Kane
Mm-hmm.
and you wanted someone to whip a ball in for you in the center of the box, you want Trent on the ball. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want anyone else on the ball. So I think that answers every question that needs to be answered, right? So I think he has to be taken. If he doesn't, I think England have picked up another poor manager as they have always in the past.
In the
So that's my
past, yeah.
opinion. Yeah.
I'm an England fan, so I think Trent Alexander-Arnold should be picked because I do like the way he plays. So I do hope that Gareth Southgate, makes a good choice in picking him. Yep. So that's basically all I have about Liverpool, Harry. Good one. Thank you
Yeah, it
for
was
sharing with all of us.
awesome game. Looking for Liverpool fans. We're on it. Looking forward to the second leg against Madrid, man. We can still pull this off. Come on. Yeah,
Oh,
and the
come
other,
on.
what were you saying?
Leave your comments down below, guys. Tell us what you think. If you have any burning questions to ask us, please do. Let us know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, tell us what you thought of the games as well. I mean, the United game, the Liverpool game as well. If you want to hear your thoughts about the game as well. And mainly, I mean, let us know what you thought about those VAR decisions. They were a joke, but yeah, let
Yeah.
us know whether you're VAR,
Yeah.
VAR out as well.
Yep.
Moving
Yep.
on, Ram, I want to talk about this
Yeah.
game. It's Man City
Uh-huh.
versus Leeds, the shock of the weekend.
Yeah.
Leeds
Okay.
United, 10-man Leeds United away from home against City, won the
Mm-hmm.
game.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the game, man? I know you saw the game. I really didn't catch this game, so I know you saw the game. What were your thoughts on the game, dude?
Man, how do I even start, man? I mean, I was shocked. City was great. They were playing attacking football. They were doing what they normally do. And Leeds lost the player, red card,
Yeah.
and just one fantastic pass right down to the middle for the striker, and boom, finishes it with a good goal. I think to be honest, Leeds thoroughly deserved it. And I'm a happy man. I just can't tell you how happy and excited I am, man. I'm super happy. I don't think that, of course, I do think that City will run away with the title, but I think with this loss, it somehow puts a dent into their title chances a little bit, and it gives us
Not
a
happening,
slight
man.
hope.
Not
Slight hope.
happening. Not
Slight
happening.
hope. I knew you were going to say that, Harry. Come on.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
what it tells you the game as well. I'm sure your thoughts were on it as well, but
mm,
City's eyes were completely on the Champions League second leg. They played
yeah,
a lot of backup players. I think they played Zinchenko in midfield. They were playing in
yeah,
defense. They were playing Nathan Ake and John Stones. They didn't
yeah,
play Ruben Diaz. I
yep,
think they made a lot of changes even in attack. Ferran Torres was playing instead of the regulars as well. So I think they took
correct.
their eyes off the ball, but I think it gives hope to other teams as well. It tells you that without Ruben Diaz, they're not the same team defensively. Leeds had two
Yep,
chances on the
100%.
break. Leeds had two chances on the break. And the second chance, from what I saw of the highlights at least, Dallas just brushed off John Stones. So I don't think Stones is that good a defender. He's very dependent on Diaz
Yep,
playing with
yep,
him. And it tells you that without Ruben Diaz, I think they're not the same team. So yeah,
yep,
it gives hope for other teams moving into next season, I think. Uh,
yep, definitely.
what do you think? You already answered this, man. But you think City can? You still actually think City can be caught? You're still in dreamland?
Oh, Dreamland. Oh my God, Harry, come on. I'm not in Dreamland. Of course, I do think City will win the title. They will. It's hard to even think that they're going to lose the next few games. This is probably a wake up call for them, and they'll probably go on and win the next few games. But I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this to all United fans out there. I think we are going to make it hard for them. We are going to give them a tough fight, and we're going to go all the way to see what happens. So, yeah, that's what I think.
We'll see, man. You're playing Liverpool in a few weeks' time. You're definitely losing that. So no
Oh,
hope.
come on. Oh, don't. I
what
don't think
what
so, guys.
what about Marcelo Bielsa's man, the madman Marcelo Bielsa? Where do you think Leeds is going to finish this season? They're safe.
Well,
They're
now
safe. They're not
there's.
getting relegated. But where do you think they're going to finish?
I think let's be fair to them. I think they've done some really good. They've played some really good games. They've uh, come up with some good results. I think I'll go with probably finishing maybe 9 or 8 or 9
Yep.
on the table.
Yeah, I think they're around 10 or 11th right now. So you're looking at a proper
Yeah.
mid-table finish, around 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think that's a great season for Leeds, man. First season back in the
Yep.
Premiership.
Yep.
Bielsa is a
Yep.
fantastic manager. That's a good finish
Oh
for your
yes.
first season, man. Awesome,
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
Moving on, Ram. We've got to talk about, I think, one of the games of the weekend. In
Yep.
terms of the way the game played out was West Ham versus Leicester. It was a proper six-pointer. This both teams vying for fourth place. Both teams pretty much have been on form this year, and both very much underdogs going into the season. So
Yep.
it was a good game. I know West Ham won it
Yep.
3-2. I think that's how it
3
went
nil up.
from 3-0 up. Yep.
Yep. I do have a few questions for you on that game, Hurry.
Yeah, let me know, man. Yeah.
What? Okay. I mean, I know. Probably you already answered this question earlier, but I wanted to
Mm.
ask you, what do you think of West Ham's Champions League chances?
I mean,
by them playing the season.
I'm probably being biased when I say Liverpool is going to make it still with Chelsea, but I'm telling you what, man. I was looking at the fixtures today. West Ham have got a very easy run in, probably the easiest run in of all the teams going for fourth. They've got some injuries, but even with those injuries, they beat Leicester this weekend 3-2.
Hmm.
I actually think it's whether they can keep Lingard fit now. Lingard and Thomas Suchek, I think, was very important for them in the middle of midfield. But Lingard right now is on fire for them. So
Yeah,
yeah, even
yeah,
though I'm still banking on Liverpool to make it, but my word, man, if I was probably a neutral, I would say West Ham could make the Champions League under Moyes, dude.
yep. I know. And speaking about Lingard, Hurry, I heard you mention about Lingard. Yes,
Yeah.
what a fantastic player he is. But judging from his performance, of course, this season for West Ham since being on loan, he has scored about 9 goals. In total right now. Do you think he's going to be one of the choices for England to make it into the Euros?
This is the thing, right?
Yeah,
this is a difficult one, man. England have got
yeah,
so many attacking players, right? They are
yeah,
blessed with
yeah.
attacking talent. Lingard's been on
Hmm.
form for probably a month or 2 months, but he's making it very difficult for Southgate because I don't think he was going to make the England squad. I think Southgate has already
Yep,
decided on his team that he's taking
yep.
actually, but he's making it so difficult for him.
Mhm.
I really don't know, man. Based on current form, I think Southgate has to take him. If he keeps his form up till the end of the season, I think Southgate has no choice but to take Lingard to the Euros. Even though
Yep.
I think he had made his mind up, but if he keeps going at this rate and scoring goals like he is, how do you leave him out? He's a proper match winner as well, right? We talk about match winners, goal
Yeah.
scorers. I think he'll be left with no alternative but to take Lingard to the World Cup. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for Lingard. Yeah. All right. But
But
having said that, Hari,
let me ask you something now, man. Let's flip it around.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Would you
Fine.
take Lingard back next season? Would Man United take Lingard back next season, or would you sell him off?
Oh, that's a very, very good question. Okay, so I'm going to answer this question in two parts. Okay, hurry,
Okay.
very quickly. Okay,
Yep.
as a United fan, yes, I would definitely want to see him back wearing the United shirt. But as a football fan, okay, I think he got so much of match time in West Ham, and I don't think he was going to get the same in United. So, as a football fan, I think I just salute him. I think he deserves more match time. So, if another club out there can actually promise him and give him more football, and even if it's West Ham, I'd say go for it. That's basically what I'm going to say.
That's a fair way of looking at it. I mean, you asked me for my perspective on it. Yeah, I think you're spot on, dude. I think United, based on his form now, would probably want to keep him as a squad player so they can
Yeah,
play
but
him in
that's
certain
not
games. But I think
not doing justice to him.
yeah, but I think he himself has got to make that decision. He's got to decide now,
Yes.
does he want to be in his comfort zone, go back to United, or listen, I want to be a first teamer. I want to play week in, week out for a team like West Ham or any other team, score goals and play on a regular basis, right? So I think he has got to make that strong decision and not take the easy way out. So yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck to the guy, man. Good luck to the guy.
Yep. Good luck to Lingard. Lingard, if you're watching this, cheers to you, man. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question on the flip side of things, Hari.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about West Ham. Now it's time to talk about Leicester City.
Mm.
I just have one question about this because we both know last season, they were doing so well when they collapsed.
Yep.
Okay. At some point, right? Do you think it's going to happen again? Lightning going to strike twice? Do you think?
It looks like it's happening again, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So, I mean, they've lost two on the bounce now. There's a bit of
Yep.
disharmony in the squad as well
Yep.
because Brendan Rodgers mentioned that I think 3 players were left out yesterday's game. Hamza Chowdhury, James Madison, who I
Yep.
think is a fantastic player,
Yeah,
as well
he
as
is.
as Ayoze Perez because they broke COVID regulations. So I
Yep.
think they went out for a house party or something. So they left them out of the squad. So I think that causes a bit of disharmony in the squad as well. It shows that
Yep.
some players are not taking things seriously enough. So I mean, it's heading that way. If they don't correct it quickly, I think they're heading for another collapse. Because I think when you lose 2 on the bounce towards the end of the season again, it's going to play on their minds, right? It happened to us last
Yep.
season. It could happen again. And once it starts playing on your mind, it could be difficult. And not just that. I mean, looking at the upcoming fixtures is not that tough, but their last 3 games, if I'm not mistaken here, is against Man United. Is it Man United or is it Spurs? They've got Chelsea, City, and Spurs or Man United in there at the last 3 games of
Yeah.
their season.
Yep.
So honestly, it's if they don't get it right quickly, I could very easily see them losing the last 3 games of the season, which means
Yeah.
I think they won't make the top 4. So it's heading that way, and they've got to correct it quickly. I think on the plus side, one thing that's going for them right now is Jamie Vardy is not scored as regularly recently, but Kelechi
Yeah,
Iheanacho has been on fire.
He has been on
Iheanacho has
fire,
been,
yes.
he's been scoring every game, almost 1 or 2 goals a
Yep.
game. So hopefully, I mean, that gives them a bit of hope that even with Vardy, I mean, not in the top form, Iheanacho is getting the goals for them. So but it's not looking great. But they're still a good side. So you just don't know.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think Iheanacho is stepping up right now, so it's brilliant. So yeah, I do think they're going to collapse. But if they pull off a miracle, good, kudos to them. So kudos to them. So yeah, man, that's basically all the questions I have about the West Ham Leicester game. So what do you have in mind?
I think
next,
one
Hari?
thing I want to mention very quickly about the West Ham Leicester game, and fair play to David
Yeah.
Moyes.
Yeah.
He's really turned it around with West Ham. I think 2 of the best signings he's made, and he said this himself, were his signings in January. I think not this January, last January, which were Thomas Soucek and who's been a revelation in the midfield for them, and Jared Bowen. So Jared Bowen
Oh,
has
yes.
come from non-league football as well, just like Jamie Vardy. And with Antonio out yesterday, he was fantastic. Bowen, he was running the channels. He's a pest. He hounds defenders. He presses defenders as well. So they're very much a counter-attacking team. They hit you on the break,
Yep.
less possession. They hit you on the break. I think even yesterday against Leicester, they had 4 shots on target. They scored 3 goals. So very much a counter-attacking team, but they're very efficient with their attacks, So I mean, fair play. I just want to say fair play to David Moyes, man. He's having a good season.
Kudos to him. Kudos to him. I think he's going to be there for a long time. I think he's going to do something there. Great manager.
I think it's a club that suits him. I mean, as we round things off for the day, Ram, we just want to quickly go through a match which was a bit of a walkover, I would say. But Crystal Palace Chelsea, Crystal Palace Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea won that at a canter 4-1. So yeah, I mean, I think like so it was an easy walk in the park for them. Chelsea have been on fire. They've just lost one game under Tuchel, which was last week against West Brom. What do you think about the situation, man? So when Lampard was sacked, everyone said it was really harsh from Roman Abramovich sacking a legend. He didn't have any funds last year. He only had signings this summer. Too harsh on Lampard. But what do you think now, man? Do you think it was the right decision and Tuchel is the right fit?
Well, it looks like he is. Judging on the way that he has created that whole defensive line for Chelsea, I think Tuchel has done something that Lampard could not do. I mean, Tuchel for me balances the defense and the attack for Chelsea. If you look at it, right? Lampard was more attacking and always tend to leave holes at the back. But for me, Tuchel has balanced the team out perfectly. So I would say, as much as I do respect Lampard, I think if he had more time, maybe he would have done something. But I think Tuchel has definitely shined, during his short stint so far. I think he's going to do better for Chelsea. But I don't like Chelsea, so yeah.
They actually said Tuchel is a bit of a hybrid of Klopp and Guardiola's principles.
Really?
So yeah, that's what they say of him because he's tactically very, very sound. He's a German manager like Klopp in a way, so he plays a bit of a pressing game, but he's tactically very sound and he likes to. So he plays the pressing game, but he's also very much a possession game manager.
Yeah.
So which is very much like Guardiola. So yeah, and he's been impressive, man. I think going to 5 at the back has made them defensively solid, like you said. So yeah, I've been very impressed with him. Do you think they can win the Champions League, Chelsea? They're still in it. They're 2-0 up against Porto. Yeah.
Well, that would be a miracle if they did. But I do think that there's still lots of work to be done in the Chelsea side to be a Champions League winning side. So I think I'll give them probably a chance to be in the semifinals. At the most. I don't think they're going to win the league. I think I'm still going to stick with my prediction. Borussia Dortmund to win the Champions League. I just have to say that. I'm sorry, Harry.
Okay, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Not going to happen, but fair enough.
Not going to be Liverpool for sure.
Yeah, we dream, we hope, bro. We hope and dream.
Okay.
I mean, I've got to ask you this one as well, right? So I think one player that really impressed me yesterday, watching Chelsea, was Kai Havertz. He was a big money signing. He's really, it's fair to say he's been a bit of a flop this year. Hasn't really performed, but he's a young player at the same time, big talent. He really impressed me yesterday. And he impressed me in that striker role, almost like a false 9 role that he plays now with Chelsea. Because I think they've used him in different positions. They've used him in the 10 most of the time. And he hasn't really been as effective. But yesterday, playing that number 9 role, dropping off, playing that 9 role, seemed to get the best out of him. And I think this is one position where Tuchel has been rotating, right? He's rotated across the squad. Correct. He keeps rotating players across the squad. But I don't think he knows his best striker, right? So he's played Werner, he's tried Giroud, he's not really tried Abraham because I don't think he's a fan of Abraham. He's tried Havertz.
Nah.
Who do you think is the best one so far? Who do you think he should stick with for the next 7 games?
Okay, if I was Tuchel, I'm not going to base my judgment on against Crystal Palace. Come on. Okay, it's not a team you want to. Okay, Havertz performed, he scored a goal, fine, no problem. I understand that, but I think if you want to play, you want to make a judgment against the bigger games, right? So I still feel that if I was Tuchel, I think Giroud, has definitely impressed me. Throughout his Chelsea career, he just somehow just does something magical. But if you ask me between Havertz and Giroud, I think I'll stick with Giroud. I'll probably just throw in Havertz, just to see how he performs. But I'm not going to make my decision based on the game against Palace. So I'm going to stick with Giroud.
Okay, interesting. Giroud hasn't really played, but whenever he's played, he's scored some good goals.
Yeah.
I think if it's up to me, I think I'd probably stick with Havertz now. Give the guy a shot in that number 9 role. He's performed. I think he's a young guy. He's the future of the club in a way. So I think give him a go. play him in the next 6 or
Okay.
7 games and see how he goes. Awesome,
Fair
awesome.
enough.
I mean, we've covered most of the big games around this weekend. It's been a fantastic weekend. A lot of controversy, like I said, but some big matches, some
Yeah.
fantastic goals this weekend as well. So yeah, I mean, it was good covering those matches, and like you said, I mean, it was a good weekend for the both of us. So
Yeah. It was a good weekend.
what a brilliant episode of the plot, guys. Fantastic
Yes,
weekend.
man. You see both of us happy faces,
Yeah.
in one episode.
Awesome,
Great.
guys.
Awesome, awesome.
Listen. I mean, we're at the end of our show. It's been a
Yep.
fantastic show. We've sort of decided to cover the Premier League fixtures this weekend, do a quick review. But yeah, we've got some big things lined up, haven't we, Ram?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
We're definitely going to want to talk about VAR moving forward. It's something we're going to discuss. We've got some very interesting guests coming up soon as well. Some from abroad.
Yep.
Hint, hint.
Yes. Hint, hint.
So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic couple of weeks for the Plot Malaysia guys. But yeah,
Yep.
it's time for us to sign off, Ram. Sign off.
Yep. So, guys, thank you very much. Signing off from the Plot Malaysia. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans. Come on.
Come on, United. Yeah.
You'll never walk alone.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
GGMU. Yeah. Cheers. Bye.